want to take you back probably about 20 years or so to a time when I was stepping into people's homes and doing group evidential readings. It was a fairly new, I'd been a psychic for quite a few years, but evidential mediumship was new. And I guess I cut my craft on going into people's homes and doing group readings. And this was a story about a um, a spirit coming through that really proved beyond a doubt the continuous existence of the soul. And I want to share that with you. And for those that don't know me, my name's Kerrie Waring and I'm a psychic medium soul coach. For over 25 years, I've been supporting and guiding women to really build confidence and trust in their psychic abilities, their mediumship, and even live from that space of we are spirit, being an expression of that, your life being an expression of that, so that you live on purpose, in alignment and harmony. But also so that if you have a spiritual business, if that's your passion, then we're going to do that abundantly. Now, if that sounds like you, I want you to come join me in the Sacred and Sassy Collective over on Skool. But back to the story. So, in this instance, I was doing group readings the home, in a home environment. And I was reading for two women. So, this is like a stand up group session, right? Not one on one readings. It's like a gallery style event in someone's home. And I was reading for two women who were married to brothers. So they were sister in laws, and I had their mother in law coming through. They identified with her, they spoke about, um, yes, they knew who she was. They related to the evidence that was coming through. Mind you, I can't remember much of that right now and haven't really about that reading. But what I do remember is at some point she started to mention the name Fred. And Fred to them this is where they started saying no. Their mother in law said that Fred was with her in the spirit world, but she didn't want to hang out with him. She didn't actually like Fred. And they said to me, well, we know of Fred, but he's still alive. He hasn't passed away. They weren't recognizing the fact that he was actually in the spirit world. And as they said that to me, Fred reiterated that he was in the spirit world by showing me clairvoyantly the procession of a funeral. So I said to them, I'll need to stick with what I've got and I need you to go away and check. Well, it was not long after that I had feedback come back that they did go away and check, and Fred had passed away, but they just didn't know that. They didn't know that piece of information. Well, it certainly blew away their husbands who had said, you're never going to see that woman again. you know, the skeptics. But for me, it's been a story that I have never forgotten in nearly 20 years because for beyond a doubt, it proves the continuous existence of the soul. They not knowing that information means that I could not have got it from them in any capacity. I could not have read it through their body language. I could not have read their mind. I could not have done cold reading. I could not have done anything along those lines at all, except there's only one place that I could have got that piece of information that Fred had passed away and they didn't know. Firstly, so to the skeptics, how do you suggest that one? To my fellow mediums, that experience always proved to me that we have to let go of the need of validating in the moment often. That there can be a great gift in trusting in the flow of spirit and knowing enough to let go of your own ego to have your information confirmed and validated right there, then and there. Yes, we want about 90% of our readings to do that as evidential mediums. However, there's always going to be a small piece of information that perhaps does need validating later, and we have to trust in that. Now, I am not saying that most of your reading should be like that, but I am saying there comes time when sometimes we just have to trust and let it be what it needs to be, because spirit knows best. And for me, this is one of those standout moments that after 20 years has really, it's been hard to match that kind of moment. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. And again, if you are someone who is exploring your connection to spirit, if you are someone who is an experienced medium and struggling to make it work for you, struggling with your confidence, struggling to create a successful soulpreneur business, from any of that, I want you to come and share the journey with me. I want to support you, and so that you can learn from the 30 years that I've been working and mentoring others and living the experience myself. So we are on Skool. The link is below, and look forward to meeting you.